My name is Yisha, and I am 23 years old. If you were to meet me today, you would probably notice my smile. People often tell me I smile too easily, too brightly, as if the world has never hurt me. But if you were to sit with me long enough, if you were to look closely into my eyes, you would see the story of a love that was lost, of a chair that still sits empty in my heart. It began 3 years ago, on a rainy afternoon in Lahore. I was late for my university lecture and running across the campus with my notebook held above my head, trying to shield myself from the downpour. That's when I bumped into him, Hamza. He laughed when my notebook slipped from my hands and all the pages scattered like fallen leaves. Without hesitation, he knelt in the rain, gathered them carefully, and handed them back to me. His hair was soaked, his shirt clung to his shoulders, and yet he said with a grin, "You should carry an umbrella, or maybe a friend who always has one." That was the first time I heard his voice, and somehow it stayed with me. Over the months that followed, Hamza and I became inseparable. He wasn't just my friend, he became my safe place. Whenever life overwhelmed me, exams, family issues, or my own fears, he was there. We would sit on the steps outside the library, sipping tea from paper cups, talking about everything and nothing. He used to tell me that life was too short to hold grudges, too fragile to waste on silence. He made me laugh on days when I thought I would break. Slowly, without realizing it, I began to fall in love with him. But love, I learned, is not always kind. One winter evening, while we sat together under the yellow glow of the campus lamps, Hamza grew quiet. His usual laughter was missing. When I asked what was wrong, he looked at me with eyes so heavy, so full of pain, that I felt my heart freeze. "Aisha," he said softly, "there's something I've never told you. I didn't want to burden you with it, but I think you should know. I've been sick for a long time. It's cancer." The word cut through me like a knife. I tried to smile, tried to brush it off as something treatable, something temporary, but Hamza only shook his head. "It's advanced," he whispered. "I don't know how much time I have left." That night, I cried until my pillow was soaked. It felt unfair. How could someone so full of life, so kind, be carrying a countdown in his chest? From then on, every moment with Hamza felt heavier. We laughed, but behind every laugh was fear. We planned small adventures, late-night walks, rooftop conversations, trips to quiet tea shops, knowing each one might be our last. He told me once, "Promise me, Isha, when I'm gone you'll keep smiling. Don't let my absence steal your laughter." I wanted to promise, but my heart ached. How do you promise to smile when you know your whole world is about to collapse? Months passed, and Hamza grew weaker. His once steady hands trembled. His laughter became softer, and his walks shorter. On his last night, I sat beside him in the hospital. The machines beeped softly. The air smelled of antiseptic, and the weight of goodbye hung heavy in the room. He looked at me one last time and whispered, "Don't cry, Aisha. Look at me. I got to love you, even if only for a little while. That's more than enough for me." And then he was gone. For weeks after his funeral, I couldn't sleep. His chair at our favorite tea stall remained empty, and every time I passed it, tears blurred my eyes. My friends told me to move on. My family told me to be strong. But grief is not a visitor you can simply ask to leave. It settles into your bones, into the rhythm of your breath. But slowly, very slowly, I began to remember his words. Promise me you'll keep smiling. So I tried. Not because the pain went away, it never truly does, but because he had asked me to. I learned to smile through tears, to find strength in weakness, to carry his memory not as a wound, but as a light. Today, 3 years later, I still sit at that same tea stall sometimes. The chair across from me is empty, but I imagine him there, his laugh, his eyes, his voice. And though the ache remains, so does the love. Hamza may be gone, but the way he loved, the way he taught me to live, will never leave me. Because sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are not the ones that last forever, but the ones that change us forever.